Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you are. Welcome to a new DC live stream. I am your one and only host today, Matthew Batiri, here from the Breakout Solutions team. Glad to have you with me. I don't have Wasim here with me, so obviously because I am by myself, I'd love if we can get some comments in the chat so I can have a bit of a conversation with you guys watching the live stream, because when I do these, even though I love doing these, it's a little bit harder to do when you don't have your partner in crime and you can sort of go back and forth and have a bit of discussion about these topics. So guys, if with any of the content that we're talking about today, you want to have a say or you want to let me know how you feel, think about it, feel free to write in the comments and I will try and reply to them and we can work through this bear market together. All right, without further ado, let's start off with Bybit Crypto Exchange to lay off a third of their workforce amid the continuation of the bear market. So because of the poor market conditions, the CEO, Ben Zhu, said they're doing a bit of a reorganization, which is refocusing their efforts. Basically, it's funny enough, because I trade on Bybit. I know a lot of traders trade on Bybit. So I'm surprised they're struggling financially. Usually a company downsizes because they're not doing well financially, and it could be because obviously the price of Bitcoin has gone down, and because of that they do have some fixed prices for market and limit orders and all that type of jazz. So maybe because the price is a bit lower, they are just not making enough money, which is fair enough, but it seems a little bit funny. Anyways, although the crypto winter is in full swing, he reckons that it could even get colder. So he probably has the same thought as I do, that Bitcoin will go a little bit lower, and usually when it's at its lows, it usually takes many months of sort of sideways action before people feel confident that the floor is in and we can reverse the price and go on that exponential growth like all previous bear markets. So we will just have to wait and see. But hopefully, look, at the end of the day, you shouldn't be on Bybit if you're not a trader. I don't recommend trading for anyone unless they've done 10,000 hours. It's just like a skill. It requires a lot of time to learn. And if you're not dedicated to it, it's very difficult to do it as a full-time job. All right, moving on. The contagion fever breaks. NFT dominate Art Basel. So Miami's annual Art Basel Festival, now in its 20th year, connects galleries, artists, and collectors to create unique artist-led experiences and bolster local art scene. This year, the event welcomed over 76,000 attendees from 88 countries in the first week of December. Now, the price of Ethereum is down nearly 65% since last year's Miami artwork, but this year's art fair saw a quick uptick in attendees and conversations around Web.3 technologies and their road map to mass adoption. So a lot of people, obviously, OpenSea is for everyone. If you're an artist, you can upload your work and start charging cryptocurrencies, Web 3.0 type currencies, Ethereum, Polygon. I haven't been on there for a while, but I know you can even buy sand if you like Sandbox, or you can use Mana. So look, that's a great way to get art, but it looks like this face-to-face art festival wants to get people as well using the Web3 platforms, which is great. So at one of the largest art exhibitions taking place during Art Basel this week, the nuptials look different than typical courthouse wedding. The newlyweds, married by artist Jimmy Pierce, minted their wedding and a collection of NFTs. This includes their vows, marriage license, and wedding photos built on the Flow blockchain and supported by NFT powerhouse Dapper Labs. Pretty sure Dapper Labs did they do the CryptoPunks? They might have. I don't remember. But look, Dapper Labs is a huge crypto company, especially in the NFT sense. So I'll have to look up who they were sort of invested in previously. But this is really good news for any artists in that area looking to, accept cryptocurrencies for payment. So all this news is always good news for adoption. Next one, we have the Central Bank of Pakistan targets a CBDC launch for 2025. So the State Bank of Pakistan announced its plans to issue the currency, and the local news outlets have signed off, are talking about new laws for the electronic money institutions. So this is a non-bank entities that offer digital asset services. So these new laws will serve as a guideline for the development and implementation of the nation's CBDC in 3 years. So will they be the first? I don't know. I think there's a lot of people. I think China is probably leading the way, and they're probably going to release their CBDC first. But anyway, similarly, in the future, these EMIs will be expected to possess a license before they can perform any digital transactions. Also, the Minister of Finance, Asad Umar, has requested from both the central bank and the Federal Investigation Agency, that's the FIA, that they collaborate to ensure top-notch cybersecurity measures are out in place, especially in the banking sector, in readiness for the digitalization which is coming. So Pakistan thinks that we're going digital. Digital assets is something that we love to talk about here at Breakout Solutions and decrypting crypto. So actually, speaking of digital assets, guys, we actually have an upcoming webinar that we're going to share with you guys 7 ways of making passive income utilizing digital assets. So make sure you attend, check out the link, type it into your URL, breakoutnow.co/income-event, and you too can come and learn of some of the best people in the space. Michael Hazilis, the CEO of Breakout Solutions, really smart guy, and he's going to obviously share with you guys his wisdoms and how we've been still able to make some, some money during this bear market. So we want to share that with you guys. So make sure you attend that event. All right, next up, we have the Twitter highlights. Oh, we do have a comment. Let's have a look. We're here, Matt. Yes, we are here. Thanks, Spicy. Thank you for coming. All right, the first tweet is from Khalil Nur Khalil. So first panel on Bitcoin is money with Gladstein, where he stresses that anyone who thinks Bitcoin isn't money hasn't read a history book before, and stresses the phenomena of how money evolves over time. So this is a picture of them at the conference, and this is the passage of time in regards to like how money is viewed. So it says that we are here in regards to crypto. I think we're a little bit higher. We're close to the store of value. I think we will become a store of value once we have the same market cap as gold, which I think is 10 trillion. Right now we're at just below 1 trillion. We're at 800 billion. But I think we got to about 3 trillion during this last bull market. So look, we were only 7 trillion away. I know it sounds like ages away, but it's only it's only a sort of 3x from where we were. And each time we have a bull cycle, we tend to do really well with our market cap. Last time we went from 1 trillion to 3.5 trillion, so that was a 3x. If we do another 3.3x, 3.5x, we're going to get to 10 trillion in the next bull cycle. So really interesting to see that these guys are still, a lot of people still think we're not in this area right yet. All right, next we have a tweet from Will Clemente. Nothing has fundamentally changed about the Bitcoin protocol except for its fiat exchange rate. So he's talking about the price there. Here we have the number of active addresses, so pretty stable, but still a bit like the chart of Bitcoin, which is in the black there. We're still going up and to the right. Fantastic to see. Next is the block height, so 14-day moving average. We then have the issuance of BT, so the block rewards for mining BTC, depending on the price once again, and the hash rate. And I will talk about the hash rate at the end of this session and talk about how 2 weeks ago, or was it last Monday, I talked about how the hash ribbons indicator were crossing over to capitulation, and this is why I still think we're going to see lower prices, because miners are starting to turn off their machines. They're not being profitable, meaning that the cost of electricity to mine those Bitcoin is outweighing the actual production, and also cost of employees and stuff like that. So that's why I think a lot of miners are starting to shut things off, and usually that ends in a bit of a capitulation. I talked about this a week ago. The last 8 times that we've had capitulation, 6 times that we've actually dropped fairly extensively. So it was only 2 times where we crossed over, and it was during the bull market, so a bit of a false reading. But yes, the hash ribbons have crossed over, so this is why I'm expecting lower prices. All right. So this was the title of today's live stream. So we had 645 billion wiped off the US stock market yesterday. So that's there today. This was yesterday's tweet. Bear with me. I had to clear my throat of that muesli bar that I just had. So a lot of people talk about crypto being volatile, but look, crypto has held its price point over the last 24 hours in comparison to how much money was lost on the stock market. So a sea of red. I am looking to buy a little bit more stocks once we feel that the end is nigh and the bottom is in. So it's always good to be diversified, not only in cryptocurrencies, real estate, stock market, but you want to be, even in collectibles. Anything that can give you a return on investment is something you should put your money into. All right, next we are on to the adoption highlights. So we have Spanish Soccer League La Liga will certify goal scoring balls using blockchain technology. So they announced the implementation of a new system that will use blockchain for tracking soccer balls that were used to score a goal. The system, which will be provided by Golball, a third-party company, will certify these balls to allow users to purchase them through official markets or raffles. The system, which is slated to be used after the Qatar World Cup, will be used to track each ball used in each match and to separate and identify which ones were used to score each one of the goals, something that was not done before, as each football was rotated and mixed with the others. So this is an absolutely amazing idea. Imagine if they had it before the World Cup. Imagine how much each ball would go for if it was scored by one of the famous strikers or any of the great players in the World Cup. But these are amazing collectibles. I don't know where those balls go after the World Cup. Maybe they get framed and auctioned off or whatever. But having blockchain being involved now, tracking these balls, and also this is going to add more value to these balls, especially as they get traded like art and everything else. Alrighty, next one we have Polygon merges with Flipkart to develop blockchain e-commerce excellence. So Flipkart is a top-of-the-line online commercial site which is duly kept up with its earlier commitment to blockchain technology and forged a lucrative merger deal with Polygon. So incidentally, Flipkart is one of the most well-known online sites based out of India and is highly popular and respected amongst the gentry. The aim is intention behind the inking of this mutually beneficial deal is to create the very base of the intended blockchain e-commerce center of excellence. Therefore, this partnership is duly formed in all matters concerning after much forethought and calculated deliberation. So look, I like Polygon. Polygon has Matic. So if you know the Matic coin, it's the coin used to do any transactions on the Polygon network. So look, I think they are probably the second best blockchain behind Ethereum. Obviously Bitcoin first, but I'm talking about altcoins. I do think that they're better. They're probably up there with BSC chain, but I really like the Polygon network. There seems to be a lot of dApps created on the Polygon network because there's low transaction fees. I've never really heard of Polygon having any outages, and then look, I think it's doing much better than Cardano, which is a blockchain that seems to never be really getting too much development, or it's very slow because of the guy running it, Sir Charles Hoskinson, or he's just a bit of a slow individual. But look, at the end of the day, Polygon has held on to its price a lot better than most altcoins. Let me just bring up Matic. I'm pretty sure it only lost about 75%, I could be wrong, of its value from the, let's have a look. So from $2.90, it went down to 89%. Now for an altcoin, that is really good. Normally most altcoins will be 95% plus. So for an altcoin to only lose 90% of its value during the bear market, that speaks volumes. So this is a pretty good price to get into Matic. Right now, we're hovering just below $1. So, it's one of my favorite coins. I really like the blockchain, and they are definitely reliable, which is the most important thing. Unlike Solana, for example, very unreliable. So why would you I personally hate Solana, and look, at the end of the day, it was connected to FTX, which obviously went down. So I'm kind of glad that I never bought and held any Solana. It was just one of those coins where you miss the run, so you just don't go chasing after it. You just, it's just bad luck, because at any stage you can, if you buy it, midway through a bull run, your returns will be less. So therefore, you're trying to chase the endpoint too much, and this is where you can sort of go bust. I think it went from like $2 to $5 to over $200. So it was one of those really good coins. But now that the FTX drama has occurred, we know a lot of the bad actors that were behind Solana. All right, next one. Coca-Cola releases NFT celebrating FIFA World Cup in Qatar. So Coca-Cola and Crypto.com will memorialize the passion, intensity, and remarkable skill of the top teams playing in the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. And in a series of NFT artworks inspired by distinctive heat maps formed by each team's on-field attacks, tackles, and winning goals. The 10,000 unique NFTs were produced by tracking the in-game movements of players during matches, and were developed and hosted on the Crypto.com NFT platform by digital artist G-Monk, a leading NFT artist who has worked in the digital space for over 20 years and is credited with creating the sci-fi look of Hollywood films such as Tron, Legacy, and Oblivion. This project, which combines digital art with football, is a part of Coca-Cola and Crypto.com's commitment to ensure providing fans with magical World Cup experiences. So, look, if there are World Cup NFTs, I would definitely buy some because the World Cup is great. It happens every 4 years. It's the one sport that is played by the most amount of nations worldwide. I'm French, so I'm always celebrating because we're always doing well at the World Cups, except for when I was in high school. I think France got knocked out in the group stages, and then people were always, poking fun of me and telling me jokes. What's the difference between France and a tea bag? Tea bag stays in the cup longer. So I got all those types of jokes. But hey, we won the last one, and I think we're going to come close to winning the next one. So if there are NFTs for the French team, I'll probably buy some because it's a great souvenir. It's very, it's personalized. It might not resell well, but that's the thing about NFTs. You can purchase an NFT because it gives you, it's something that represents something that's important to you, or you want to resell it later on. But for this type of NFT, it's probably not something that I would resell unless I get a crazy offer, but it would be a token of remembrance of us winning this World Cup. So that's why I would buy one. All right, let's have a quick look at the crypto fear and greed index. We're still in extreme fear, sort of 25. It's not too bad. I have seen single digits, especially when we started dropping even further. But I'll tell you what, if we get below $10,000, this is going to be single digits, probably the lowest I'll ever see, because people will be panic selling their Bitcoin, thinking that it's going to zero, because that's what we need in this bear market, and we haven't had that just yet. So we need to see capitulation and extreme fear of coins exchanging from weak hands to strong hands. Hopefully you are diamond hands like me and you keep your crypto. All right, we can see a little bit of what's been going on. Bitcoin has dropped. Obviously, stock market didn't help. The stock market sort of losing 645 billion. Of course, there's correlation between the markets, but I don't think we did as bad. We can see some green in this thing. I can't believe Solana's up after I just bagged it, but it looks like Solana's up for the day. Is this today? Let's go week. Let's go day. There we go. I was going to say there's too many greens. So we've got Axie Infinity. I think that's Axie Infinity doing pretty well. Everything seems to be more so in the red than the green. So maybe Axie got a good, something happened with Axie today. Well, I'll probably have to look that up. I'm going to look it up because if I don't, it's going to annoy me, because we are a news show. So what happened with Axie could be pumping 20% today. Okay, huge jump. Let's have a look. We scroll down to the bottom. We should see some news. Axie Infinity price return, but will this rally continue? Axie Infinity roadmap metric and price decoding how this update. Okay, so it looks like they had an update about 13 hours ago. Maybe this was a lot of people feeling like the Axie Infinity is going to make some really good upgrades. So therefore, people jumped in thinking, hey, this sounds really good, so we better get in first. So I'm not going to read this now, guys, but this is something that this is a great way that you can research. If you see a coin pump, usually there's either news or technicals behind it. But for Axie to pump 20% when everything sort of had a bit of a down day, it might be because something occurred. So I'll have to research that a little bit later. So I'll look at that and read that. Lastly, let's have a quick look at Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing? Alrighty. So right now it's deciding, does it want to go up? Does it want to go down? Like always, but we are in sideways consolidation. We are in this range for like a week now. So we have the value area high of the range at 17,100. We have the value area low of the range at 16,850. So if we get a daily or even a 4 hour, let's go 4 hour. Okay. If we get a daily candle close above or below those value areas, we're going in that direction. And I know it's like, oh, okay, well, we need to have a break above 17.1 by 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, but maybe the price has already gone straight through. So I spoke about my levels in yesterday's Bitcoin technical analysis. So if you want to see where I think the price is going to go, check out yesterday's video. I discussed that. Today is just a quick look at what's happened. I did say that we might get a bit of a fake out in yesterday's video, and I said look for support at either the value area high, the point of control, or the value area low. It looks like we have so far held that resistance. That support. But if we get a 4 hour candle, maybe closing below 16.8, then we're going to test the downside one more time, I would say. All right, guys, that is it from me. Lastly, and one more time, please head over to breakoutnow.co/income event. I'm going to do that right now so you guys can check out the webpage. So this is the webpage for our upcoming seminar. Okay, so just type in your details. You can see mine is already pre-filled. Click yes, please save my seat. You can see some of the topics that we're going to be going over. Michael is presenting. You can see a few testimonials of how our stuff works and why we want to share it with you. Once you've clicked yes, please save my seat, you will see another little short video from Michael. Ooh, don't want to do that. Check that out. And if you would like to discuss with me or with Sim, one of our other coaches here, a little bit about cryptocurrency, a little bit about your situation, because we love meeting new people, click book an initial call. It's a discovery call, just a 15-minute call with myself, and we can talk all things crypto. You can let me know how your bags are going, if there's anything you need help with, and if you're interested, I can explain to you what some of our products and services are. So don't feel afraid to booking one of those calls. We love to see new faces all the time. And that is it for me today. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Love the tea bag. Yep. Howdy. Axie is alive. Yeah, Axie is alive. Yes. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Join me tomorrow for the altcoin technical analysis video. It's probably going to be only one of the last few times that we do it because we're changing up our YouTube videos in the future. So come check out and drop me your favorite altcoin in the chat for tomorrow's live stream, and I can do some technical analysis, letting you know if it's going to go up, it's going to go down, or is it going to go sideways. That's it from me. Enjoy your Tuesday afternoon, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.